She's indeed a rainbow advocate and a legend, a world-class athlete, not to mention the captain of our women's football team, the Football Ferns. This is Ali Riley.
As captain of Angel City FC and New Zealand's national team, this defender is the epitome of a leader. Ali Riley has been breaking down barriers to create a more diverse and inclusive atmosphere for women in soccer. Ali was born and raised in Los Angeles to parents of New Zealand and Chinese descent. Her soccer career took off her senior year when she was named team captain and selected two-time Mission League Offensive MVP and first-team San Fernando Valley selection. Following high school, her parents wanted her to study to become a lawyer or doctor, but her heart was still with soccer. She decided to attend Stanford, where she became one of the best outside backs in the country. She started her professional career in 2010 and has played for Orlando Pride in New Zealand, as well as football clubs in Germany, the UK, and Sweden. The four-time World Cup player has made it her focus to push for a shift in the culture of women's soccer and to advocate for the equality of women athletes. In a sport where not many people look like her growing up, Ali has been outspoken about being of Chinese heritage and wants to be an inspiration for the next generation of AAPI kids looking up to her.
Aotearoa, it is an honour and a privilege to welcome for the very first time into the feed whare the wonderful Ali Riley, captain of the Football Ferns. Kia ora, sis. Thank you so much for taking your time to call in from LA. I know it's been a busy schedule for you guys, but thank you so much for tuning in.
Kia ora, thank you. What an intro. I'm super hyped now, and it's an honor to be invited to be on the show with you.
Oh, thank you. The pleasure is ours, and I know we've got a bit of time with you, so I just want to get into knowing Ali Riley. Ali, could you tell us, rewinding the clock back, how did the journey and the love for soccer come to be for you, or football? How did it come to you?
Well, I don't think people who know me it won't come to as a surprise that for me it was a very social activity. All of my teammates became close friends, and I'm an only child, so I think just the camaraderie, the sisterhood appealed so much to me, and it was also something that I did with my dad, who is a Kiwi, of course. And so growing up, spending time with him, making friends. I also played tennis and did swimming, gymnastics, but the team aspect of football, I loved so much, and I just stuck with it. Even when I didn't make the club team, I tried out 2 years, didn't make it. I wasn't called into any US camps, living in the United States. And so to get the opportunity to then play for New Zealand and represent New Zealand, and now having hosted this World Cup, it's just been an incredible journey.
It has, and it's been a pleasure actually watching that journey as well on our screens, on our phones. And speaking of our team, what has been some of your highlights being a part of this wonderful Football Ferns this year, long anticipated World Cup? What has been some of your highlights from this year?
Oh my gosh, there's so many, but of course, winning the World Cup opening match against Norway. My gosh, I still get just goosebumps thinking about it. The tournament didn't go exactly as we had hoped. Our goal was to get out of the group, but to make history by being the first New Zealand senior team to win a game at a World Cup, and to do that at home at Eden Park with so much history at that stadium, it was the best night of my life. I'll never ever forget that game.
I can definitely feel the emotions. I only got to see it through a lot of the TikToks that we came across. Speaking of the TikToks, though, there was this really touching moment that we saw. I started crying last night when I saw it. It was this really cute moment that you had with Mum. I mean, is it fair to say...
Oh my gosh, you're trying to make me cry right now?
Well, it really did. It touched a nerve in a lot of us as well, just seeing the commitment of mum and dad to your games, reminiscent of all our tamariki out there who have their mum and dads come and watch their games. Is it fair to say that mum and dad is your biggest fans?
Yes, of course. They didn't always think I was going to go very far in football, and I don't think any of us could have guessed that I would be playing at World Cups or playing professionally, but no matter what, they believed in me and they supported me. And it's not lost on me that I'm very lucky to have parents that could support me, drive me to training, were able to partially fund my college education, where I really started playing it at a high level at Stanford. So I think that's something that also really drives me is knowing that I grew up with a lot of privilege, and I know not every young person has that, not every athlete, not just in the US, New Zealand, but just globally. So for me, that's something that I'm passionate about, is being an advocate and fighting to make sure that other people have resources, and especially women have conditions and the support and the investment that we deserve.
Absolutely. I love that you've also got the backing of whānau behind you. And speaking of your representation, you're an advocate for our LGBTQ community. What has that representation meant to you, especially at this year's 2023 World Cup?
Yeah, so I still have my pride nails painted, of course.
Wow.
It's gonna be strange taking that nail polish off, because for me to have this incredible platform, again, it's a privilege. And I know that for me to be able to live my authentic life, you know, I have a boyfriend, we're able to show our love in public, and I haven't been discriminated against because of who I love and really who I am. But I have experienced racism being Asian. And so I guess for me, I've realized that if I have this platform, especially at a global event like a World Cup with this kind of spotlight, I want to make sure that I advocate for people. And so the LGBTQ plus community is one that, I really like to celebrate and support. So many of my friends belong to that community, and I had hoped that at this World Cup we would be able to have armbands as captains that really, really showed that, you know, love is love, and all rights should be equal and celebrated. And the FIFA armbands didn't really go as far as I had hoped in terms of having the rainbow on them, or having a clear message in terms of inclusion when it comes to the LGBTQ plus community. So I wanted to take it one step further and just show with my nails, which I figured no one can stop me from painting my nails however I want. So I just wanted people to know that they are supported and seen and loved. And hopefully it makes other people think of ways where they can advocate even for communities that they don't personally belong to.
Absolutely. We just want to say thank you so much to you, Ellie Riley, and to all of our Football Fern players as well, just for going out there, representing not only Aotearoa, but a lot of our voiceless youth out there. You're an inspiration to the future of our young rangatahi, so really thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for joining us here on the feed. We'll let you go now, get some rest. All the very best in what the future holds, and if you want to follow the journey of Ellie, make sure you hit her up on Instagram and TikTok as well, and follow the journey of football. Thank you so much once again, Ellie Riley, everybody. Thank you so much. Ka kite anō, my friend.
Thank you.